Hello everyone. I slightly changed my setting here. I don't know how I feel about this angle yet. My face looks so wide. I know it is wide, but yeah. Anyway, today I will be reviewing Moby Dick by Herman Melville. What to say about this book? I don't think there was ever a book that has left me more conflicted. You know, not only opinion-wise, but like for the fact that I'm not entirely sure if I liked it or not. First of all, I think this is a great book. I think it is a brilliant book and it is so interesting and I'm so glad I read it. We all know what this book is about. This book follows the entire journey of, Ahab and the crew to find, this mythical white whale. But it's actually so much more than that. Actually getting to read it and to experience everything that is written inside, you kind of feel like you're on the ship with them. It slowly makes you feel a part of this old journey in a positive way and in a negative way as well, I loved how the characters were portrayed. I think the characters are A+ in this book. I particularly loved the character of Starbuck, who was kind of placed against Ahab's character. I'm being simplistic here, but Ahab represents, madness, while Starbuck represents reason in a way. There is a passage in the book that I want to find. I had so many things marked in this book that is how, important and dense and intense it was. This passage in particular was one that I really felt close to me as I was, in Starbuck's position, which is, I think I see his impious end, but feel that I must help him to it. Will I, nil I, the ineffable thing has tied me to him. Like, you are in this journey, you're in, you cannot bail out. That's how I felt about this book. That's so weird to me, because, even though, it's a plane, pass, bye, sometimes it was so hard to me to continue, and yet I didn't want to stop, that's weird, sometimes you're reading a book, you're not liking it that much, or you're having trouble, getting through it, and you would just say, whatever, I'm just not going to finish this book. I tried, but that was not the case with this book. Even if it was a chapter about the whale as a meal, I would just go back and reread and be angry with it. I was so angry with this book. That's the main thing. I was not just bored and disappointed. Sometimes I was angry at it because I wanted to like it and I wanted to get through it and I wanted to get every single aspect of it, and just the writing sometimes didn't help me at all. I felt like sometimes it was some kind of a challenge on a personal level, like when I'm just going to read a passage here. He was talking about this sperm whale's brow, and he's like, but put that brow before you, read it if you can. Like, you're challenging me, and I will do this, Herman Melville. I will read this book. Talking about characters, I particularly loved how Indian characters were portrayed, because they all had their story, their backstory, they all had their dignity. They were just compared to the other people as if they were white people. Especially in the first part of the book, you will find the narrator, Ishmael, just getting to know Queequeg, which is another character that I loved, and how at first he had like a prejudice towards Queequeg, and how, he was proven wrong, like right on the spot, and that was great to me. Another thing that I really loved is how, even if it is, such a simple story plot-wise, how life itself is constantly compared to whaling, or to this journey, or the attention that is given to the sea. Here is describing the scene when they had just killed a whale, and the harpooner goes, on the whale to make sure all the operations are concluded. I don't really know how to explain this properly, but it is very dangerous for the harpooner to just be on the whale in that particular instance, because there are sharks around, and there is this called monkey rope that ties him to another person, being the narrator, Ishmael, is tied to Queequeg, who is the harpooner that goes on the whale, and you know, the other people, some people of the crew will try to keep away sharks while the harpooner does his business. Are you not the precious image of which and all of us men in this whaling world? That unsounded ocean you gasp in is life. Those sharks your foes, those spades your friends, and what between sharks and spades you are in a sad pickle and peril, poor lad. So I thought some passages were very beautiful, even, you know, some descriptive ones were absolutely gorgeous, I think. But my problem with this book, as I briefly mentioned before, was how hard it was for me to just concentrate on the book and just enjoy reading it. I did not enjoy reading it, and that's, you know, I was looking forward to it. I knew it was going to be not a piece of cake, and not because it's too long, because it's 500 pages. I mean, it's decently long book, but not too long, you know. But it was so hard for me. Sometimes I just wanted to give up. Sometimes I would read a sentence and space out and I wouldn't even remember what I was reading, and that happened so many times I lost count. I mean, maybe it was just me, maybe I was not prepared to give this book that high concentration it required. But actually, my suggestion, if you plan to read this book, is just to give yourself time to read it. Like, don't stress on finishing it just straight away. Like, even if it takes you 2 months, even a year, like, it doesn't matter. Just take it slowly and be sure that you are concentrated while reading it, because you will enjoy it way more, I think. I had to give it a 3 out of 5 stars, and that's shameful because it's such a good book. It is a good book, I can assure you. And even the ending, like, I wasn't expecting anything. When I finished the book, I was like, whoa, I really loved this ending, and I reluctantly liked the book even though I did not enjoy reading it, which is weird. I'm sorry that, you know, isn't helping you at all. I still highly recommend this book, and I'm so happy that I read it. I also did a review on Goodreads if you want to check it out. I will leave a link down below. Yeah, that was my review. I will see you in my next video. Bye!